Rodrigo's next.
Oh, Rodrigo's dead.
Victor's next.
Yeah, fuck Victor.
Get in, Max! I'm in. Just drive the fucking car. Go!
We had one card left to play.
You know, I should have let that guy live and just burn to death slowly, like... No, they're not!
You get the pleasure of killing him directly this way, though.
That's true.
Plus, you've killed enough people, it's not like...
Come on! You gotta fight the catch!
All these people aren't gonna die.
Let's hope so.
Come on, Max!
There's actually an achievement for killing everything that's here. I doubt I'm going to get that.
Are there good people too? No,
everyone here is just
everyone's against
needs
you.
to die.
Policia.
It's the Ufe. I can't aim with this very well.
I'm wondering if people are gonna say in the comments that you cold-hearted bastard, why'd you kill him?
I would think it's more cold-hearted to not kill him. That's what I did on my PlayStation.
On accident.
Yeah, it's true on accident, but still. I chalked it up to me. Hey Victor, I'm coming for you.
Oh, but Victor is the last one remaining.
Well, he's gonna be the last one not remaining.
Your career's coming down with that plane.
The plane landing in front of him?
Yes, it is.
He was gonna die anyways.
T-Bows!
Goodbye, Victor.
Rest in peace. Oh, he's still alive.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wait, Max! No! Stop! Max! We have what we need on him now. Let him enjoy a trial and a spell in prison. Let him suffer. Trust me.
You know I'll walk. You'll walk.
Broke his fucking leg. Oh, that's beautiful.
Break his other one.
Right through the bone, just...
The 55th Battalion of the City Police's Special Forces Unit, who have been implicated in human trafficking, has been disbanded indefinitely. Meanwhile, Victor Bronco, the politician at the center of the scandal, who is accused of laundering money from the scheme to fund his political campaign for mayor, was yesterday found hanged in his police cell. It's not yet clear whether his death was a suicide or simply retribution for his part in a scandal that has so many families missing loved ones that were kidnapped and killed. City officials say a full investigation is underway. Local residents expressed outrage as they have been let down by both law enforcement and city leaders. And now, your local forecast. Boy, it's dark in some places, but it's sunny everywhere else. Over to Marisol with the weather.
And that is Max Payne 3.
Okay.
It's done, Zach.
I need to talk about something real quick, buddy.
Okay.
So, you know how people sometimes get all upset when like you're presented with a scenario to kill a guy or not kill a guy?
Yeah.
Like you've been killing guys the whole game, right?
Yes, I have.
Random soldiers who I'm sure have families.
Tons
somewhere.
of people, yeah.
But no one complains about those guys dying. And then people get upset when these scenarios happen where it's like, oh, to let the leader, the guy who was running the whole thing, like live or die. No, that guy deserved to die. You don't he doesn't get to get off when he was the one that was leading all of those people around just because he was in charge. He should die first.
Yeah, I agree.
That's like So like a similar thing. I'm gonna compare him to Hitler.
Of course,
Like,
why not?
So we're fighting Nazis the whole game, killing Nazi soldiers, and then like given the situation to the option to kill Hitler or not to kill Hitler, we better fucking kill Hitler.
Everybody's gonna choose to kill Hitler. That's
so now I'm done on that topic.
all right. I don't know if you noticed there at the end, but our hero Max Payne, 3 chapters of his life being told to us, he's finally gained some rest. He's on a beach drinking a little beer, having himself a cigarette, wearing flip-flops. Like we mentioned earlier, Max Payne now in flip-flops. You never thought you'd see it, but there you go.
Tourist.
But it's kind of like, after going through all of this hell over all of these years, he's finally gained himself a little bit of peace.
Well, you know he's getting happier when he's wearing flip-flops.
Yeah.
Like he's just relaxing.
Flip-flops, some shorts.
Like, oh, I can stop killing thousands of people now. At least briefly.
So, I mean, briefly is a good segue into bringing up the topic of, are they going to do anything else with the franchise? Are they going to do anything more with Max Payne?
You know how this game sold?
I don't. Everybody's been buying Diablo 3.
Yeah.
So Max Payne's kind of been the underdog, which is surprising for a Rockstar game.
Mm-hmm.
But, we don't know.
I think it'll be a while.
I definitely think that this game will have long legs. As far as selling goes, I think people will be buying this game over the next year or so. When they finally get around to it. I don't think Max Payne's one of those giant blockbusters that I, in my mind, had put it as. But it is one of those games that everybody wants to play, at least on some level. And so that gives me good hope. And then, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see, because if this is how they end this game, Max is on the beach, he's
the end
relaxed.
Of the Max Payne franchise.
Do they
happy?
Do they end it like that, or do they go, well, Max Payne 4 is a prequel, or Max Payne 4 is going to be he's on this beach and then just out of nowhere shit hits the fan? What's going on?
It'll end just happy.
Yeah. That's it. Max Payne 3.
Now
done.
on to Bully.
I would like them to make a second Bully. That'd be great. I know we always get questions about, are we going to do Grand Theft Auto 5, of course. I'm looking forward to that game very much.
It's your number 1 game.
Yep. It absolutely is. Mm-hmm. Higher than the Assassin's Creeds and the Call of Duties and all those games.
It doesn't say much for you.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's higher than all of those. Grand Theft Auto 5 on
higher
my
than
list.
Hitman.
Higher than Hitman. Transformers, you name it.
So what did you think of the pacing of this game?
I really liked it. At the beginning of the game, maybe like the first 2 or 3 chapters, I didn't care. Really, I think I told you this too. The story wasn't drawing me in yet. It didn't have enough of that Max Payne-ishness to it. So I wasn't drawn into it immediately from that. I still cared about Max as a character, but the story that they were trying to tell had no interest from me. Up until about the 4th or 5th chapter, at which point I was then completely engrossed. Whatever happened, I don't know what happened. I can't tell you a specific spot where I decided I'm now interested in this story.
So
it got better.
I come from a unique perspective that hopefully no viewer has to. Well, I guess they did kind of experience it since they watched these videos.
Yeah.
But because I'm just watching it, right? I'm not playing these gameplay sections.
Right.
So it always seems like on my end, especially in the beginning, because I didn't care about the story as much in the beginning, and then I love Rodrigo. I really was upset when he died.
Yeah.
And so it seemed at times like it was just functioning as one, like a cutscene to another shooting segment, to another shooting segment, to another shooting segment, like to another big room where you kill enemies.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, like, if that
from a gameplay, from me playing it from that perspective.
You felt that at all?
I actually like the gameplay is so good.
All right.
When you're playing it, that the cutscenes at the beginning of the game felt like they were in the way.
Okay.
Because I wasn't invested in the story yet. I didn't really care about the cutscenes. I'm like, get me out of this helicopter. I don't care about this sniping from a stationary spot because I'm not in control of Max. I got to shoot from this helicopter. That one roof scene where you're saving Giovanna. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is fine. It's good gameplay, but nothing special. I want to get back down on the ground as Max because controlling Max and bullet dodging and all that kind of stuff, the shoot dodge, bullet time. all of that's really intuitive. It's really fun to do. It's really easy to use and play. The moments where I'm yelling at Max because he's not doing something I want, those are there. I think that's mostly a problem with the cover mechanics. The cover mechanics aren't 100% perfect, but they're not so bad to say as Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, you know. But you know, they're there, but it's probably could.
I think that like I mean I strongly feel about those points in a game. It's just amplified when you're recording, because like if I'm just playing this game for fun,
yeah,
like just on my own, not doing any
yeah
walkthroughs. If I'm dying repeatedly, like that happens in a lot of games.
Absolutely.
That I've loved. Like when I play Call of Duty on veteran difficulty, I die repeatedly, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But if I'm recording all of a sudden,
then
I'm like I get pissed off because I don't want to sit and record 8 hours of gameplay and then have to edit through it.
Right.
So it does. It's a different
it
experience
is
for those parts of the game.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, I played through this on my PS3 first because I wanted to beat the story and have it done just for me, and then, you know what I was doing, more or less, when we played it, you and I.
Like I mean, when I've started playing it, I'm now playing on free aim.
Are you?
Yeah, on hard difficulty.
Okay. Oh god.
And it's hard, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely it is.
But I like that challenge, and because I'm not recording it,
yes,
I'll die like I'll die 15 times in a row at a section and not be getting pissed.
Right, you might get a little frustrated.
I might break a TV or something.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of my thing when you talk about us doing hardcore difficulties and things like that.
It's really hard to do hard difficulties live.
It is, and
because then I end up sitting here for like 10 hours.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, there's that on your end, but then on my end as well. In my head, I'm going through that inner turmoil of
okay, what am I cutting out? What am I cutting out?
What am I cutting out right here?
I tried at one point to do a live thing for a Call of Duty game on veteran difficulty, and that lasted for about an hour when I kept on dying at the same part, and I was like trying to give tips and stuff.
Yeah,
and I just was. It's like you just repeat yourself over and over again.
Yep, absolutely.
But
I mean, yeah, the gameplay is great. The story is really, really good. Once you get into it, once you've invested inside of the story itself, I found myself, this is a game that I want to keep on going back and playing. I want to play it again on the harder difficulties, whether that's in my free time or, God forbid, doing some videos. I want to go back and do, hi Leslie Benzies, hi, how are you? I love you. He's one of the writers on GTA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like...
and producer, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's just, this is one of those games where I'll be happy to go back and play it. You know, I can choose what chapter I want to play and go and look for the golden guns that I missed, or I can go and look for the other, clues throughout the story that I missed, and they keep track of all of those per chapter. So I know which chapters I'm missing golden gun pieces. I know which chapter I'm missing clues, like the photos on the ground and stuff like that, because they keep track of all of those things. They'll tell you which chapter you've missed things on, and it's really nice. They've also done the Uncharted. I do compare this to Uncharted 2 a lot because it is of that caliber to me. Maybe not up there 100%.
I'm gonna compare one thing with Uncharted 2 here.
Okay.
The ending sequence where he's like relaxing and stuff. It reminds me of the scene when Nathan Drake, and then what's the bad guy's name? Like his friend. And then Chloe are meeting at the beginning of Uncharted 2, and they're like sitting on a beach area.
Yeah.
And they're talking about that scene just resembled that to me.
But I mean, my comparison was going to be the grinds. When you see those pop-ups of you've killed 50 people with leg shots, or you've done 100 headshots in bullet time. They have those, and those are also leveled, so you get your first 50 people, and then the next level is to get 100 people with that specific kind of shot, and they keep track of those throughout your whole game. If you get those all the way through, you get an achievement or stuff like that. But I mean, it's just like if you really want to complete this game, they make it easy enough for you to track your stuff. And Rockstar's done a really good job with that with their last couple of games, Red Dead, L.A. Noire. They made it really easy to keep track of how much you're progressing to your 100%. And with this game, it doesn't seem like reaching that 100% is out of your reach. some games it does feel like that. If you're going to get 100%, you're like, oh god,
Yep.
to get 100% in San Andreas, my favorite game of all time. I've never done that. That's just too much. I would be playing that game for another year, like, and literally going through it specifically to look for everything. I'd be playing the game for a year.
Doesn't sound like fun.
And that's the kind of point that I'm trying to make. Like, I love San Andreas, but I don't want to go through San Andreas and collect 100% of the things that you can do in that game. And with a game like Max Payne 3, I'd have no problem doing that. Maybe not getting all of the grinds. I'd probably wear out from that eventually. But at the same time, I think that if I'm going back to collect all the golden guns and the hidden secrets and all that stuff,
Yeah, the clues.
I feel like I'd be getting a lot of those
I don't
grinds
understand
while I was doing
what
that.
point the clues have to the game.
Is
it just like a collectible?
It is a bit of a collectible thing, but it's also a bit of an homage to Max Payne 1 and 2, where Max Payne 1 and 2, you could pretty much walk up to any object in the game and select it with your Y button. And it's kind of paying homage to that.
Its only function is just backstory, pretty much.
Backstory, a little bit, yeah, if you mean a little bit more detail, and then obviously...
If you want it.
Right. And if you don't want it, you can completely ignore them.
You can say, well, screw that.
Yep.
I'm gonna go kill some fools.
I mean, that's why I think I didn't really focus on those clues all that much, because it didn't really matter to me as far as, because, I mean, I know occasionally I look for golden guns, and I look for pills, and I really just break up the pacing of the game. And for this walkthrough, I really wanted to pace the game as naturally as I could. Whereas when I'm playing this game on my own, I'm taking a good 5 minutes to scroll around to every piece of the level, trying to look for every golden gun and everything that I can find. So, I mean, that's if we were watching me play this naturally, just me sitting on my couch playing it, you'd be watching me do that. You'd be watching me go around those docks levels, just in and out.
I want to applaud them because they did vary up the environments a good amount in this game.
They did.
And it was something that I was kind of worried about because I didn't want it all to be set in the same, like, lush green, but still slummy Brazil.
Yes.
And
it doesn't even start out that way.
Like, going back.
Yes.
And having the flashbacks.
Yes, I think it's a great touch.
Was a good change of pace.
Absolutely.
So I like that a lot.
I mean, like you said, I was hoping the same thing that you were. I mean, I knew that they were doing the flashbacks, seeing previews and stuff like that. But, I mean, they start the game out in rich Brazil. You're at the top of a freaking skyscraper, basically, doing a shootout. And then later on, you go back to New Jersey in your head. And then you go to the slums, and then you're back, you're in the strip club, and then you're back in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, the strip club.
The strip club. Everybody loves the strip club. I think that's video number 9 if you missed it. I'm just... Yeah, you know me. But yeah, overall, loved the game. And I think so far, from the games I've played this year, from Mass Effect 3, Prototype 2, the little bit we've played of Resident Evil, Operation Raccoon City, what else did I do? We just went through this list just the other day. What I've actually played.
Let's compare this against something, and it's very stupid to compare it, but let's compare it to Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
Because you've said that this is your favorite game of the year.
This so far,
Max Payne 3. Up against Mass Effect 3, you played Mass Effect 3.
I did.
Why do you like this better than Mass Effect 3?
I feel like it's kind of awkward to say this when I say I feel more connected to Max than I do to the story of Mass Effect. Because, I mean, Mass Effect has such a interwoven, connected story there, going through and playing it. I think with me so far, the reason that this is probably better to me than Mass Effect 3 is that I haven't beaten Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
So I don't have that, that overlapping connection from 2 to 3. I did have that overlapping connection from 1 to 2, and I was in love with 2 when I was playing it. At the same time, I don't know if Mass Effect 3 just became too much Mass Effect, and it felt like it was, like I just gotten used to it. It wasn't doing anything special. I don't remember any real jaw-dropping moments in Mass Effect 3.
So, like, from my perspective, having played very little of each, but having played some of each.
Yes.
Like, I've said that Mass Effect 3 given that I have not played the ending that people like to hate on so much.
Yes.
And I won't be reading the comments because I know people will end up spoiling it. And it's very popular to hate on Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 is my favorite gameplay experience that I've had. When I actually played Mass Effect 3 like for the first time, it felt so good for me, like playing it.
I agree.
The gameplay felt so good. And while I don't really have anything against Max Payne 3's gameplay at all, like it just I prefer playing like the act of playing Mass Effect 3 to Max Payne 3.
Yeah,
which is
I mean, and that's very valid. Mass Effect 3 has, it's got your third-person shooter, but it's a little tactical as well. With what you want your teammates to do. I want people to understand. I'm not hating on Mass Effect 3 whatsoever. I think Mass Effect 3 was a blast to play. I mean, obviously I had to finish it for work, for Media Cows, but at the same time, it was one of those games I did want to go back and finish. It wasn't just me being lazy with it. It's a long game. That's why it took me so long to do that walkthrough. This walkthrough took a little while because Zach.
Well, I wanted to take my time.
Yeah.
And milk it.
You wanted to milk it?
I needed to let the story sit in. I was traumatized by Rodrigo's death.
You had to take a break from that.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'd say as from the games I've played, Mass Effect 3 might be second. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to hate on it. Prototype 2 is also very fun.
I didn't play Prototype 2 at all, I don't think.
Oh, you should. Prototype 2 is good.
It looks like I want to play it.
Prototype 2 and Mass Effect 3 are right now
really
fighting for Mass Effect or for second place. So far this year, we've got tons of games coming out this year.
They've all been delayed.
All of them. People keep asking us what games we're gonna do. Like, they'll ask about specific games, and it's really tough to say no or yes to those. A lot of times we're not sure on some games, but we can pretty much assume.
Like, if you're listening at this point,
right,
you like us pretty much.
Yes.
So like what we're kind of doing is we want to cover. I don't know if it's necessarily less games, but slowly put in games that we're covering a lot of before they're released.
Yes.
So, like, right now we're looking at Transformers. We've talked about Sleeping Dogs, Metro Last Light, Arma 3 were some that we were just going over actually before we started recording.
Yep.
So games like Ghost Recon Future Soldier, which we'll probably do like a 4-player co-op of. We're not necessarily focusing on let's take a look at next week's games and do everything on that, but
right.
I really want to do as many games as we can, but also covering it before it comes out, talking about the latest stuff for it and rumors and that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
games like GTA 5, yes, we're doing.
Right.
Assassin's Creed, we're doing.
Exactly. Like, if it's a giant game,
Last of Us, we're doing.
Everyone is looking forward to. Trust us, we're looking forward to it as well. We'll be doing that. Last of Us, Assassin's Creed, GTA, like you said. Probably Call of Duty. Probably. I don't know what else.
That's it.
I mean, Bioshock
Infinite, yeah, but that's.
I mean, those
delayed.
are these things have
Dewey's
been
really
delayed.
looking forward to Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. There's a lot of great games that are still coming up. If they ever finish The Last Guardian, I swear to God. I mean, there's tons of awesome games coming out, and the big ones we've got.
So, like, coming up in the future, like, you'll be able to tell what games we're planning on doing because we're going to be covering the games before they come out.
Right.
And doing pre-release, talking about rumors, maybe doing special things.
So I'm looking forward to friggin' Spider-Man.
Interviews.
Like, you're not looking forward to Spider-Man all that much because of your bad experience.
Edge of Time was garbage. If you like it, more power to you. But I hated that game.
I'm looking forward to the next Spider-Man because they're bringing it back to the open world. And if it's good, it'll be good.
All it took was that goddamn trailer, and there's an exact same animation in that trailer as there was in Edge of Time. And I'm like, no, not interested.
But I haven't played Edge of Time. I trust you when you say it's bad. I won't.
That's
play
an
that
example
game.
of a game of like you just go from one area to the next, killing the same people over and over and over, doing the exact same thing, and it's boring.
Fair enough. But yeah.
We're gonna do every game ever made.
People have been asking me if we're going to be doing the Batman Arkham City DLC.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You're all aboard that.
Absolutely. You got to be kidding me. We've got the biggest walkthrough on YouTube for Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
You got to be crazy to think that we're not going to be doing that. I know we haven't done the Catwoman stuff yet. Still, none of the Catwoman stuff have we put up. But that's because I still haven't beaten that Catwoman parts yet. Catwoman. I don't. It's just there's so many games to play.
I,
People are still yelling at me because I haven't done Rage. They've been yelling at me because Uncharted 3 isn't done.
Well, it's your
and
fault.
I had nothing to do
It's
with
your
that
fault.
walkthrough.
It's your fault.
Nothing.
But
strip club.
right, so yeah, like right now I have Batman Arkham City. You're in charge of that.
Absolutely.
I have Diablo 3. Tom's in charge of that. What else? Mass Effect 3 because there's new DLC coming out for it.
Is there?
That's free.
Oh, that's right. Retribution.
So Dewey's. I have
Dewey on
Dewey
that?
kind of in charge of it.
That's fine.
Because it was never supposed to be yours to begin with.
That's true. Dewey was out of town.
Daisy, Dewey's kind of doing, and then our E3 coverage that I'm going to be
That'd be fun.
organizing before the actual press conferences themselves. We'll be talking about rumors and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Cool.
But that's what I have right now. That's on my list of things that are coming out soon.
Okay.
Whether we do Inversion or not, who knows?
Yeah, that game's up in the air.
It's one of those games.
It is one of those games. You guys are looking forward to Inversion, and you're still listening to
Spam
us.
this video.
Let
and
us
say,
know.
We want Inversion.
Tell you what, if I see a top comment saying we want Inversion,
No, don't.
no, it has to have 1,000 likes. All that crap. No, but yeah, Max Payne 3, good. Would you at least say it's good?
Oh yeah, anything that has me screaming and devastated that someone dies.
Yeah.
That's success.
And there's a lot of people asking about the soundtrack. Well, here's your list of songs, and you can actually go out and you can get the soundtrack on. What is it? iTunes? The iTunes? I think you can buy it from Rockstar as
You
well.
could probably also
not-
listen to the music on YouTube somewhere.
You could do that as well. That's also an option.
Who knows how the copyright stuff works?
But
I don't know.
I have no freaking idea. I don't even want to get in the middle of all that.
Let's just start
That's
putting up
just-
songs.
Oh god, no, I'm good. But yeah, I know they specifically wanted that one song right after Max Payne shaves his head. It's the rapping song by some rapper guy,
Okay.
and it's a good song. I'm not hating on it. I was liking it while I was playing during the game, and
You were
that
jamming
song is on the official soundtrack. So if you want to go ahead and look that up, go ahead. I think it's the last song on the soundtrack. So yeah, Max Payne, good. If you're watching, I know some of our people watch this to just wonder should they buy it.
Not as good as Never Dead.
Not as good as Never Dead. Yeah, that game. I'm not hating on that game. That game was
Lollipop
fun.
Chainsaw.
Lollipop Chainsaw. I've not looked at a
you
single
haven't?
thing. I've looked at a couple CG trailers.
You
and
said
it-
this looks like this could be like Never Dead.
I think it could be like
With
Never
you
Dead.
just
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yep, absolutely. But that looks like that's the end.
Yeah.
There's nothing special at the end. There's no cutscene.
No bonus. Sorry to let you
Sorry,
guys down.
but you
There's
get-
an image for you.
There's some Max Payne images.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Absolutely, and I did. So even if they didn't, I enjoyed it. We'll check you guys out in the next video.